Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a while, but I'm still around. So, moving on from that, I thought I'd do a Ramble video on the Dark Angels Codex. I picked out the limited edition Codex. Oh, I pre-ordered that once I saw it was up. Just to make sure I had it. I did it through my phone because I was on a road trip. So I double checked and made sure when I heard it went up, and I pre-ordered it through my smartphone. But anyways, I pre-ordered this edition, the limited edition, purely because aside from the fact that Dark Angels are my favorite 40k army, I pre-ordered it because I'm a sucker for collector's edition stuff. Whether it's wargaming, whether it's that's why I picked up the 25th anniversary 40k model, Crimson Fist model. I'm not going to alter it. When I pan it up eventually, I'll pan it up as a Crimson Fist guy. But I don't play Crimson Fist, but it was a cool limited release model. If I do it for video games or in other games, I do it for movies and stuff like that. I like to buy the limited release stuff when I'm able to and it's available, and not ridiculously like $400 for something that's dumb. But it's just what I do. Anyways, if you want a review of this, let me know in the comments, and I can do a quick a semi-quick review video on just the actual physical book itself. It's a cool book though. The limited edition one, but the contents are exactly the same. But anyway, I'm gonna ramble on. It's gonna be kind of a long video, maybe. I like the Codex. I read it cover to cover. It's a full colored Codex, as you can see. Some of the artwork in here is reused, like that one, but it's colored. I wonder when they first drew it up. I'm guessing when they first drew it up, it was colored already, and then it was black and white. But because you see it in black and white first, or because you saw this art in black and white first, it's kind of like when they colored the World War II footage and other old footage. It kind of gives me the same kind of feel. It looks like it's fine. It doesn't look like it's been colorified after the fact. I don't know why. I just think of that when I see it. But we have some new art as well, and some reused art. No problem. And they always own that. But I just want to point that out. I really like the fluff in the book, because the previous edition book, when you read it, when you're reading about the Dark Angels, you read about it and it feels very sterile. It feels almost like a textbook. Like, here are the facts, moving on, here you go. This, you get more of a feel. You get to feel, I don't want to say it's better writing necessarily, but you get more of a feel for the Dark Angels. You feel for them a bit. You feel for when they encounter or find out that that Fallen is still alive. You feel for them when they lose their Primarch. You feel for them, and you get to feel, not that you're like one of them, not like that, but you just get a better feel for them as a chapter. And I like that. That's what was severely lacking in the previous Codex. I'm also surprised in their fluff that how much information they give you in here. It's kind of a theme that they have the Dark Angels, to be secretive and not give you a lot of info. In the Angels of Death Codex, we got the final secret about the lion. They told you that. In the editions since then, they haven't told you it. They tell you it here as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. So, we get more fluff about them a bit, some more actual concrete evidence of stuff, and that's something that's very much welcome in my opinion, because as much as I understand why they're being secretive with the Dark Angels, they're a very secretive, insular chapter. It's very annoying when you're reading about them. That you like, especially with their novels, half the time you read them, and the other half of the time you get information and you go, I don't know why I said other half of the time. Half the time when you read them is what I was trying to say. My brain's not working today. You're done with the book and you go, I didn't learn anything really, and it's kind of annoying sometimes. One thing that I like that they did, they always break down the chapter, but how they mention in the companies, a company composition, the standard one. I like the little retcon they did for the Deathwing and the Ravenwing, and I'll zoom in so you can see. If you notice, it says Deathwing, undisclosed number of Deathwing Terminators and Deathwing Knights. Ravenwing, undisclosed number of bikes, land speeders, and atmospheric fighters. I like that. They used to actually be 100 strong like a regular company. But it's a nice little clever retcon that it's undisclosed. That means they could be bigger. And I like that fact. It just, I don't know, it was just kind of a cool little thing that they added in there that you may not even pick up on if you just kind of go, cool picture, and you turn the page. They give us the same 6, what's the word I'm looking for? Successor chapters, which is fine. That's cool. We even get a little bit of art for one of them, which is kind of cool. And then they go on and tell us more about the hunt for the fallen and everything like that. Get a little timeline, a little blurb here. And then you move on, and you have the final secret, like I mentioned, is right here. You move on to the actual rules for the Codex, and here's the army-wide special rules, your warlord traits, and you get into the entries. And one thing I want to point out specific is this art. I think it looks awesome. When I first saw that, it evoked imagery. I could hear his footsteps and like the sounds of the battle going on. I thought it was a very cool image. But anyways, this is a very cool book in terms of the fluff and the artwork. It's full color, so you get that kind of wow factor going on that we didn't normally have. As the Dark Angel Codex goes, it's definitely a vast improvement from the fluff to the actual army list composition. Huge improvement for the feel. The army feels like a Dark Angel army more so. Unless you're really playing Deathwing or Ravenwing in the old Codex, it didn't really feel like a Dark Angel army. Now it really does because of the army-wide special rules, definitely for one, and just the composition of stuff that's in there now. So it's definitely a good improvement. I have no problems with it. You can't please everybody, and people in this hobby love to complain about anything. They love to complain, but they still play it. You know, I've talked to plenty of them, and I hear them complain so much, I'm like, then leave the hobby, quit. They go, yeah, whatever, and then they play. So I don't understand it. Also, a bit different from what the rumors were suggesting, wasn't it? For those of you that read this book and know the rumors. That's why I don't listen to rumors, really. I'll read them because they're fun to read. You know, it's kind of like, oh, look at that, people dreaming again. But the prime example is, in this codex, they made mention of a special character, Tech Marine. In every other Space Marine codex prior to this one, all the way back to the generic Space Marine codex that got re-released, every single one had a rumor for a special character, Tech Marine. Never happened. So that's why I just read them, but I don't put much faith into them. I wait until I have the book in my hand and I'm reading it, then I make a judgment. And lastly, because it's going on long enough, I know, they put an errata FAQ out for the Dark Angels Codex. They did for all the codices in January. Games Workshop tends to put a release up for the errata FAQ update in January. Anyway, they did it for the Dark Angels too, and that's good because their editor sucks. Let's put it out there. Whoever edits the book, the final read, to make sure everything is kind of flows, does a terrible job. They left out Azrael's bolt pistol and his actual entry because you have the fluff entry here. Oh, here for units. Then you go in the back where you can actually buy them for the army, and they leave things out in the back. They left out Belial's Iron Halo. They just left things out. They didn't write things quite right. A good example is the Assault Marines. They're jump infantry. When they remove their backpacks, they can take transports. They can take a Rhino or a drop pod for free. They would normally turn to infantry, and it doesn't specifically say that. So they had to make an errata that specifically says when they remove the jump packs, they now count as infantry, and they can take a drop pod and a Rhino for free. Now, I don't know if it specifically says in the main rules that jump infantry can't go inside transports, but if it does, let's just say, and it might, you could have a real big pain in the butt rules lawyer go, well, it doesn't say they become infantry, so they can't go in that Rhino. Stuff like that. You know those players. They're the players that are annoying and should stop playing the hobby. But they did some clarification stuff like that to make sure there's as little of stuff like that as possible to raise mid-game arguments. But it was really a minor thing. Some people thought, oh my god, they removed missile lock from the Nephilim. This is such a big update. It's not. Missile lock was a useless rule anyway. It didn't apply to the Nephilim. I don't know why it was there. But anyways, that's it for this Ramble video. In short, I enjoy the Codex. If people want me to kind of do a little review of the limited edition book, I'll go ahead and do it if you want. But for any fellow Unforgiven Dark Angel players, hope you guys enjoy the book as well. If you have gotten the book and got a chance to read it over, what's your new favorite unit, or what's your favorite new unit, I should say, and if you play using this codex, do you play Dark Angels or do you play Successor Chapter? I'm curious to see how many people play the Successors. Anyways, that's it. So until next time, take it easy.